Senseless crimes continue to baffle and frustrate all of us. It seems like lately more and more criminal behavior lacks a clear motive or any kind of rational justification. Not that there's ever a real justification, but the criminals themselves don't even seem to have a reason. Random, impulsive acts seem to be increasing without discernible purpose or even provocation. We're looking at cases that don't appear to have any motive. Maybe we need to bring asylums back? It seems like crime is just increasing, but maybe it's just because it's in our face.
It seems like this year it's definitely ramped up. This is more senseless crime against people.
Now there's a new case every single day.
Multiple cases every day.
An example of that's Jacob Couch. Jacob and his wife, Kristen, they were sitting at a bus stop at the beginning of April. And this was in Tucson, Arizona. They're just waiting for the bus stop. And Daniel Michael, a 25-year-old, came up yelling. Apparently he thought they were on drugs. Or accused them of being on drugs, and I have no idea why. Like, nobody really knows why. Anyways, he struck Jacob with a hatchet.
Why'd he have a hatchet?
I don't know. That's another question. When Jacob got hit by the hatchet, it severed an artery and caused a lot of skull damage. And, I mean, it was completely unprovoked. They were just sitting there. I don't even know why he thought he could accuse them of being on drugs, or, like you said, why he even had a hatchet. Of course, guy with the hatchet
fled.
took off. Yeah, he fled.
He did all legwork.
That chapter. He was arrested 3 days later, and he's facing aggravated assault charges.
So he claimed he attacked them because he suspected they were on drugs.
Yeah, like he came yelling at them. They're just sitting there at the bus stop waiting. Jacob ended up being put on life support. He developed pneumonia, and unfortunately his heart gave out, and he died on April 17th. Michael's charges were up to first-degree murder, held on a $1 million bond.
What gives you the right to attack them with a hatchet?
Yeah. Like you said, even if they were on drugs, they're just sitting on a bench, minding their business.
I see plenty of people on drugs in public. We live in Arkansas. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, or drunk, you know.
Yeah, smell weed on the daily.
Oh my gosh, yes. So Jacob's wife and brother, they started a Change.org petition seeking a permanent memorial for Jacob in Tucson to honor his memory and to address local violence. They said that Jacob was kind-natured, and obviously he didn't deserve this, and nobody would deserve this.
No, doesn't even make sense.
No. Another case that doesn't make sense is Emily Carlson.
I don't think I've heard this one.
Okay, so Emily was 25, and she was with a man who was also 25, and they ended up getting into an argument with a man at a transit station in Chicago, and as the woman went to walk away, the man that they had gotten in an argument with stabbed her in the back. It was 54-year-old Willie Holmes. Of course, he fled the scene on foot. He was caught shortly after, had the weapon on him, and now he's charged with first-degree murder.
Why is this acceptable? Like in 2025, why is it seeming acceptable when you get in an argument with someone that you can stab them?
Yeah, stab them, shoot them, beat them down. It doesn't make sense.
Especially someone walking away.
That's the most cowardly thing. I mean, not only doing it, but also when someone turns to walk away.
Yeah.
Get them in the back.
They're like de-escalating the situation. They're leaving the situation. Let it go.
Yeah.
What is wrong with people?
I don't know. I was watching something earlier, and basically it was insinuating that the people committing these acts are soulless. And for some reason it hit me, and I was like, that's a possibility. Because it seems like there's a lack of morality, human decency, and even value for other human life. Like, it's just missing.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like either they're not understanding the consequence of doing that to someone else, or they just don't care.
They don't care.
Because this man was 54 years old. I don't understand. Did he have like a criminal background already? Any news on him?
No, I mean, not at this time. We can look it up, and if so, we'll put it up on the screen, but I would assume so. I mean, if you're going to stab someone at a train station, you probably have done some shit in the past.
So that's why I do not interact with people. And I even tell my children, if people start crap with you, just walk away because you don't know who's nuts.
No.
Even children.
I interact with a lot of people because I'm a talker, so I'm always talking to people and interacting. But at the same time, I would never argue.
No.
And if anyone even had a tone in their voice like they were going to argue or they were mad,
nope, that's when it ends.
Yep, I remove myself. And I don't just interact with everybody, but I do mind my business. And I also am always scanning my surroundings. Because some people are like, oh, just don't pay anybody any mind. Keep to yourself. But don't be walking with your head down, trying not to make eye contact with anybody, because then that opens you up to attacks because you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Logan, hopefully I say her last name right, Frederrico. She was in college. She was going to be a teacher. She was 22, working as a bartender, super bubbly personality, had an amazing work ethic, obsessed with Taylor Swift. She actually had went to go visit a friend in Columbia, South Carolina at the beginning of May. And while she was there, someone broke into the home that she was staying at. Alexander Dickey, 30. He had 40 prior criminal charges. Well, he broke in and shot her. And so then he stole her credit cards, went on a shopping spree, and he was caught after they spotted him emerging from the woods. He stole a car.
That's insane. So not only are you breaking into a home... Oh, this was a girl that was asleep, right?
Yeah, she was the blonde girl.
Okay, so
and her
she's
daddy
asleep,
has
and
done a lot of press conferences.
he killed her. There was no point. If you're robbing somebody...
Usually when it's robbery, that's the only motive. You rob them and you get out.
Yeah. One, you don't rob a house with somebody in it, but if somebody's in it, usually you abandon ship. Like, you immediately
stop the robbery. Yeah.
Leave before you get caught.
That's what the criminals used to do.
They don't anymore, apparently, with the 40 prior charges.
He must have just felt untouchable, because he's obviously gotten away with things if he's out on the street.
So he's robbed people before, I'm assuming, and assaulted?
Yeah, we'd have to look up his charges.
This is insane.
Yeah.
So people, innocent people, kids, I mean, yeah, she's 22, but she's still a kid.
She had her whole life ahead of her.
Yeah. Is killed because a criminal, a career criminal...
is just out on the streets roaming.
Why are these people being let right back out?
In my opinion, we have a lack of jailing.
Consequences, responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, they're not held to any standards.
Yeah. No, I agree. But also with the lack of a way to house them, they let the ones that they deem not that dangerous back out on the streets. So basically the jail is reserved for the top tier criminals, the murderers, the rapists, all that.
But how is this not bad? He shot them.
I don't know what he did before. We'll have to look up his previous charges. It was so sad because Logan's dad, he's done a lot of press conferences and talking. And there was an interview where he was talking about Wednesday night, the last night that he texted her. So it's tradition for them to always send a goodnight text and I love you, I'm going to bed. And then the family, would respond. But unfortunately, this time she was killed. And so the dad said he's still waiting for hers. That was the last text he sent her was, good night, I love you, I'm going to bed. That's just so sad.
It's so sad.
So Dickey was charged with murder, burglary, weapons possession, and credit card theft. So his previous convictions were for robbery, grand larceny, and resisting arrest.
Okay, great. And so we're just turning these people right back out on the street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is our video for the day. We wanted to try something new. Let us know what you think about these senseless crimes. Do you think they're on the increase? How do we even protect ourselves from this type of thing? Let's keep the conversation going. Leave us a comment. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your continued support means a lot to us. Until next time, stay safe.